Hello! Do you feel that when the weather outside is cold and dreary, that you want comfort food? Something to warm you up from the inside? Well, I hope you do, because today's menu is all about comfort food. If this is your first time on my channel, my name is Leah. Welcome. I'm so glad you are here. So today I'm going to make a whole menu, beef ribs with delicious buttery garlicky mashed potatoes. It's gonna be so good. So I have ribs here. I'm going to cook the ribs in the slow cooker until they are gonna be falling off the bone and they are gonna be melting in your mouth delicious. So let's get going. First, I'm going to season the ribs with some salt and pepper. I took them out from the fridge and I let them sit outside for half an hour. So the meat, because if you do straight from the refrigerator cold meat, the meat is gonna tighten up. So we don't want that. We want the meat to relax. Okay, so I left it outside for half an hour. So now I seasoned it with salt and pepper and I'm going to sear it. I am heating up the pan on medium heat until it becomes hot, and I'm not going to use any oil. Once the pan is hot, I'm adding the ribs. The pan needs to be hot in order to achieve a nice sear. Make sure you have the hood fan on to absorb all the smoke that's coming your way. But that's a good thing. To get a perfect sear, always sear your meat in a stainless steel pan or a cast iron pan, never a non-stick pan. So just until it's nicely brown, we are going to go around all the sides for about 20-30 seconds on each side. See how it's becoming caramelizing. You can see the brown. Perfect. I'm turning them around. And I let them get nicely caramelized and brown and delicious. I'm feeling good about it. They are nicely brown, so now I'm going to remove them and put them in the slow cooker. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of oil and 1 diced onion, and I'm going to saute it. You can add a splash of water so it doesn't burn, and saute until it becomes translucent. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. I'm using just coarse sea salt. This will help draw out the moisture from the onion. The onions are done. I'm going to add the garlic and just stir it for 20 seconds. You don't want to burn the garlic because it's going to become bitter and we don't want that. So just turn it around a few seconds just until you feel the aroma of garlic. And now I'm going to add 2 cups of beef broth. I'm going to add some of this here. And then I'm also adding a teaspoon of thyme and also a teaspoon of rosemary. And also what I'm going to add, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to also add some black pepper and I'm going to pour this over the ribs in my slow cooker. There goes all this goodness goes over in the slow cooker, and I'm pouring over the beef broth. I'm going to fill the rest with some water. So I think this is perfect. So in total, I use 3 cups of liquid. So now I set my timer on low for 6.5 hours. We'll see how it goes. The meat is here, wonderfully slow cooking. So next I'm going to work on the mashed potatoes. I'm going to use about 6 potatoes and I'm using red. I'm going to peel them. Sometimes I like to leave a little peel here and there on my potatoes, especially when they are nice and smooth, with a smooth skin like here, for instance. This one has a smooth skin. So I like to leave. I'm going to just leave a little bit of skin. Take all the bad spots and just leave some like this. You can leave more or less if you like this, if you have done this before. If you haven't, then maybe you want to try to leave some skin on, just like that. So I peeled them. I left some of the peel on, just a little bit. I'm going to wash them really well and rinse them again. And then I'm going to cut them up and place them in my pot and place them to boil. So I'm going to cut them up. I like to cut them like this in 3 and then go across. I do this in my hand. I find it easier. If you don't like to do in your hand, then you can put it on a cutting board and do the same thing on a cutting board. Okay, so I'm going to put them in my pot and pour over cold water on them. I put cold water and I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic and put them in between the potato like that. And I'm going to add some salt also. I like to use coarse salt. Going to add some salt and I'm going to boil them. The potatoes are soft, so I'm going to drain them into a bowl. I want to keep some of the water and you will see why in a minute. I'm draining them completely. Put them back on the stove, turned off, and just leave it there for a few minutes. Now that the liquid has been dried off, I'm mashing them with a potato masher until all the potatoes are breaking up, including the garlic that was cooking with the potatoes. So now I'm going to add some butter. I'm adding about 1/4 inch slice of butter in there. Stir it really well into the potatoes. Now I'm going to add some of the potato water with the starches and then give it a good whisk around. Like a cloud. All done. The ribs have been cooking on low for 6 hours now. And let's check on them. Whoa, it's falling off. It's falling off the bone. It's done. This is done. So I'm going to turn it off and leave it on warm. This is done. Looks delicious. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. So it took 6 hours on low, so you can do on high 4 hours. I decided to make a corn salad. So I have here a can of corn, 341 ml, 12 flowing ounces of corn. And I'm going to add a couple of green onions. I'm going to add red pepper. Now you can add, if you want, you can add some avocado to this salad. And then we are going to finish it with a light dressing. So chop this up into cubes. So I'm going to halve these tomatoes and add it to my salad. I think probably this would be enough. I'm going to also add a little cucumber. Instead of avocado, I'm adding cucumber. Cut it in 4 and then slice it up. I'm not adding avocado. There you go. I think it's looking good. And now I'm going to add some cilantro. I'm going to chop up this cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, if cilantro is not your thing, then by all means replace it with parsley. On the other hand, if you do like cilantro, then you might want to check out my recipe. I have a recipe for cilantro pesto. You can find a link in the description also. For cilantro pesto, you might really enjoy that if you love cilantro. About, I would say, a quarter cup of chopped cilantro. In goes. I'm going to make a light dressing, which is so simple, easy, just a few tablespoons of olive oil, like probably 3. Let's do 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm using extra virgin olive oil. Then 1 tablespoon of lime. If you have fresh lime, by all means use lime fresh, squeezed, always better. Or if you don't, then use lemon juice, which is fine also. I'm adding some salt and some black pepper, more or less to taste. Give it a stir, and then I'm going to pour over the salad. Did you like these recipes? If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you did subscribe, I thank you. This will all help my recipes to be visible, so you won't miss any of my recipes. Pour the dressing over the salad. Give it a toss or stir them together. Everything to be mixed and the dressing to get on all of the ingredients. And that's it. The salad is ready. Let's have a taste. It's very good. I love the taste. The delicious beef ribs with garlicky mashed potatoes and delicious corn salad dinner is ready to be enjoyed. I hope you like the recipes. Give them a try and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.